In the secluded village of Hallowmere, where twisted willows cast elongated shadows over cobblestone streets, there stood an ancient mansion veiled in mystery, the Shadowcroft Manor. Local folklore whispered of a forbidden entryway, the Veiled Threshold, said to harbor unspeakable horrors that lurked behind its ethereal curtain. Amelia, a fearless adventurer with an insatiable curiosity for the supernatural, arrived in Hallowmere, drawn by the unsettling tales surrounding Shadowcroft Manor. As the moon ascended, she stood before the grand entrance, the veiled threshold beckoning her with an alluring obscurity. With trepidation, Amelia pushed open the heavy doors, revealing a dimly lit foyer cloaked in an eerie silence. The air within seemed to thicken, and the veiled threshold, marked by an intricately adorned archway, stood at the end of the hall like a spectral guardian. As Amelia approached, the atmosphere grew colder, and the patterns on the veiled threshold seemed to writhe with a life of their own. A voiceless whisper filled the air as she crossed the unseen line. The mansion seemed to come alive with hidden energies, and the door creaked shut behind her, sealing her fate within the shadowy embrace of Shadowcroft Manor. The interior of the mansion unfolded like a haunted tapestry, each room holding fragments of a dark history. Amelia wandered through hallways where portraits leered and furniture seemed to rearrange itself in her wake. The veiled threshold, it appeared, had transported her to a realm where the veil between the living and the spectral was thin. In a long-forgotten library, Amelia discovered an ancient tome that spoke of a curse that bound the manor and its inhabitants. The Veiled Threshold, the book revealed, was both a gateway and a prison, an entryway to a realm tainted by malevolent forces. As she read, the shadows in the room seemed to dance with an unholy glee. Driven by an otherworldly compulsion, Amelia pressed on. The Veiled Threshold whispered promises of forgotten knowledge and untold secrets. The mansion itself seemed to conspire against her, leading her deeper into its shadowed heart. In a chamber veiled in perpetual darkness, Amelia encountered spectral apparitions, tormented souls ensnared by the veiled threshold. Their eyes reflected an eternity of suffering as they reached out with ghostly hands, pleading for release from the mansion's spectral grip. As Amelia approached the heart of the cursed manor, the veiled threshold pulsed with an ominous energy. The air grew thick with an unsettling presence, and the room seemed to distort, warping reality itself. The boundaries between the corporeal and the spectral blurred. In a climactic revelation, Amelia discovered an ancient artifact, an amulet that held the key to breaking the curse. The veiled threshold, she realized, was both a conduit and a barrier. With the amulet in hand, she channeled the dormant energy within the threshold, severing the connection to the spectral realm. As dawn painted the sky with hues of muted orange, Amelia emerged from Shadowcroft Manor. The veiled threshold, now dormant, stood silent behind her. Hallowmere, freed from the grip of the cursed mansion, embraced a new dawn. Amelia, forever marked by the spectral journey, left the village with the haunting knowledge that some thresholds were meant to remain veiled, concealing the unspeakable horrors that dwelled behind the ethereal curtain.